Modern SUVs are all about power, longevity, and confidence both on and off the road, all the way from traffic-congested city streets to rock-strewn off-road paths. But what happens when the engine under the hood doesn't match those expectations? Today, we will list 10 SUV engines with the highest tendency to let you down. If you're running one of these, the best thing to do might be to sell it now and avoid piling up losses. Let's dive right in with number 10, the GM 5-cylinder Atlas. The GM 5-cylinder Atlas engine is under the hood of SUVs such as the Chevrolet Colorado and GMC Canyon, and was an ambitious concept by General Motors, attempting to build a compact but still potent engine. In particular, the 5-cylinder engine was advertised at the time as a special feature that offered the power of a 6-cylinder engine with the fuel efficiency of a 4-cylinder. Sadly, this engine proved to be a dud for General Motors, as drivers complained of problems plaguing it. The Atlas manufactured 5-cylinder engine is also infamous for an unending cycle of misfires, which can be attributed to a faulty fuel injector and valve seat. Some owners report rough idle, poor acceleration, and a general feeling of unresponsiveness, leading to a lack of confidence behind the wheel. The two misfire issues contribute to poor fuel consumption and add stress on the engine over time, leading to early loss of efficiency and various other complications. Some drivers who have changed the faulty parts in the car still experience the same problems, giving the impression that the Atlas 5-cylinder is a constant repair job. Number 9. Dodge 4.7-liter V8. The Dodge 4.7-liter V8 is found in SUVs like the Dodge Durango and Jeep Grand Cherokee. When it was first launched, it was marketed as a strong, capable engine normally suited to mid-size SUVs. However, problems began to crop up, with one common issue being oil sludge accumulation. Engine oil, which has become viscous or thickened due to high temperatures or lack of proper engine maintenance, produces what is referred to as oil sludge. A particular problem in the Dodge 4.7-liter V8 is that oil sludge can form even with regular oil changes, leading to oil passages being stopped up, which then results in poor lubrication and eventually total engine failure. Part of this blame lies with the engine design that included thin oil passages, which can easily be blocked, causing overheating and major breakdowns. For a car that was supposed to have a powerhouse engine, the 4.7-liter V8 was anything but impressive. Number 8. Nissan 5-liter Cummins V8. The Nissan 5-liter Cummins V8, which is installed in the Nissan Titan XD, was aimed at bringing the Cummins diesel experience to Nissan's SUV models. Given the legendary name it sported, many drivers expected a robust, long-enduring engine, capable of meeting high-demand driver conditions. However, many owners have reported this engine to be quite costly. Apart from turbo concerns, problems with the 5-liter Cummins V8 model include the diesel exhaust fluid or DEF system, which is meant for emission control. DEF systems are now fitted to most new modern diesel engines. However, the one in the 5-liter Cummins V8 was particularly notorious. The injectors in this particular DEF system were known for having issues that resulted in a decrease of performance, emission of dark smoke, and frequent visits to the mechanic. The most common complaint from many Titan XD owners is the DEF system, causing so much hassle as to overshadow any of the other appeal the engine might offer. Number 7. The Ford 5.0-liter Triton V8. The 5.4-liter Triton V8 is used in many popular Ford models, including the Expedition and Navigator, and currently tagged as the worst Ford engine. Developed to be a strong and durable unit, the 5.0-liter Triton picks up the rather unfortunate moniker of an engine that is not only high maintenance but also a notorious road hog, capable of leaving the driver stranded whenever it feels like it. Among many issues that sprouted up in the 5.4-liter Triton V8 are the spark plugs. As with many typical engines, the Triton spark plugs are notorious for getting lodged in the engine block or in some cases, firing right out of it. When spark plugs are jammed, their removal calls for special tools. It's a problem that can become extraordinarily costly and time-consuming. On the other hand, those that shoot out often cause immense engine damage, which can drive up repair costs to thousands of dollars. Number 6. The Toyota 3VZE 3-liter V6. You would think that the Toyota 3VZE 3-liter V6 engine, utilized in older Toyota 4Runners, would be far from anywhere close to this list of unreliable engines, given Toyota's reputation for reliability. However, this engine is one of the rare black sheep of Toyota manufacturing. It has chronic problems that owners have complained about and has been dragging on for years. While typically Toyota is known for the practical and vulnerable reliability of its vehicles, the 3VZE is one of the most problematic engines ever produced by the company. One of the biggest problems associated with the 3VZE is the lack of power. Despite the heavy lifting it must perform for the larger 4Runner, it only delivers about 150 horsepower, aligning itself to the Santa Fe in that respect, resulting in a power-deficient ride. The engine simply isn't effective for drivers who desire silky throttle and easy turning, particularly when you're on a slope or aggressive curves. Unfortunately for an SUV that was built for adventure, with the 3VZE, you can't help but notice its lack of power. Number 5. The Ford 2.7-liter EcoBoost V6. The Ford 2.7-liter EcoBoost V6, used in vehicles such as the Ford Edge Sport and Lincoln MKX, should have been a powerhouse for this generation, due to its twin-turbo design, meant to deliver more power and efficiency. However, for many Ford owners, the 2.7-liter EcoBoost has caused nothing but headaches and multiple visits to the shop. So in spite of the potential, vehicles sporting this engine have become known as some of the least reliable in the Ford line. Another common issue associated with the 2.7-liter EcoBoost is its oil consumption. Several owners have complained that oil levels in the engine tend to drop faster in proportion to the mileage than expected, opening up the possibility that an owner may end up with a level of oil that is very dangerous for the engine. Even if conducting regular changes, low oil levels may result in severe damage to the engine system, costly repairs, or even total failure of the engine. If you aren't regularly checking your oil levels, this problem could rear its ugly head in bad fashion. Number 4. Ram 3-liter EcoDiesel V6. The Ram 3-liter EcoDiesel V6 engine, installed on SUVs such as the Jeep Grand Cherokee, was sold to consumers as a no-compromise alternative to the regular diesel offering. But, instead of delivering this power and efficiency, it has become one of the most notorious engines for its reliability problems. Many new car owners regret buying vehicles with these engines, and there is a long list of expensive repair bills. The 3-liter EcoDiesel V6 has been notorious for oil leakage from the exhaust gas recirculation, or EGR cooler. Any sign of oil leakage on this engine mechanism may not be just a mere inconvenience, but can cause serious harm if it's not dealt with. The EGR cooler leaks can lead to a glow plug failure or heating failure, which can result in extreme engine damage. Several owners have complained of dripping coolant underneath their vehicles, only to learn that their EGR cooler required a replacement. Number 3. Ford 6.4-liter Power Stroke Diesel V8. The Ford 6.4-liter Power Stroke Diesel V8, found in cars like the Ford Excursion, was intended to breathe life into diesel-powered SUVs. Instead, the 6.4-liter Power Stroke has become notorious as one of the most troubled diesel engines in current production, with issues that require constant repairs, translating to high maintenance costs. The fault affecting the 6.4-liter Power Stroke the most is oil dilution. This issue arises when fresh fuel gets into the engine oil, and since the fuel does not burn, its presence thins the oil, diminishing its role in lubrication. This in turn leads to increased mechanical stress in the engine, which can even cause major failures if not fixed. Oil dilution poses huge costs, as this process requires more frequent oil changes over and over again, and if it gets serious, this will lead to total failure of the engine. It all adds up to the 6.4-liter Power Stroke Diesel V8 being one of the worst engines that Ford has ever made. Number 2. Ford 6-liter Power Stroke Diesel V8. Next up is another Power Stroke engine that has earned notoriety for its own set of problems, the Ford 6-liter Power Stroke Diesel V8. This engine, which is also found in SUVs such as the Ford Excursion, was supposed to be a solid option for someone who wanted the power it offered. But instead, what buyers got was a string of constant and expensive maintenance issues that haunt them to date. One of the common issues that affect the 6-liter Power Stroke is head gasket failure. Unfortunately, in the 6-liter Power Stroke, the head gasket is not very reliable, and it is likely to fail, particularly under frequent heavy loads or towing. This component is critical, as an internal failure usually results in overheating, loss of power, and, in extreme circumstances, full engine failure. Head gasket repair is a major task that demands the engine to be pulled, and this means exorbitant repair costs that tend to skyrocket very easily. Number 1. Chevrolet 5.3-liter V8. And finally on our list for today, the Chevrolet 5.3-liter V8 with active fuel management. One of the most common car engines this size can be found in popular sport utility vehicles such as the Chevrolet Tahoe, Suburban, and GMC Yukon, and it was sold as a powerful and fuel-efficient engine. Although the 5.3-liter V8 used to be an attractive offering, as time goes by, this engine has turned out to be one of the most disappointing engines produced by Chevrolet. Undoubtedly, the biggest issue with the 5.3-liter V8 is its active fuel management system. Essentially, it automatically turns half of the cylinders of the engine off during light load for efficient fuel consumption, transforming the V8 into a V4. This feature, however, has turned out to be a real problem, and the engine burns through oil at blistering speed, leading to potential engine failures if not regularly checked. If you're hoping for easy maintenance, owning a car like this could be a nightmare. So, which of these engines was a surprise to you? Have you had trouble with any of them? Leave a comment or opinion below. If you want to steer clear of problematic maintenance in your vehicle, hit that like button and subscribe so you can stay up to date on videos like this that will help you stay informed. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.